Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us tonight for the Southeast Kentucky Chamber's 2021 Annual Awards Night. This is a great example of the power of technology and the convenience of technology. It was also a stark reminder of the situation that we're still in. And so it is unfortunate that we can't be with you in person again tonight, that we're virtual once again. So we can't be with you to shake hands and celebrate with one another and have 400 people together at the arena. But we're here celebrating tonight virtually, and we thank you for tuning in. So for those of you who are joining us by watch party, thank you. We encourage you to applaud and cheer loudly for all of our award winners, just as you would in person. Also, to remember to comment as you watch along and tag us with hashtag SEKC Awards. And a special shout out to Mountaintop Media for covering tonight's stream. We really appreciate that. So thank you to Cindy. And while it may look like I'm standing here alone by myself at the Appalachian Wireless Arena, we've got Brett here next to me, our chairman of the board, and a whole group of folks, all of our honorees for tonight, enjoying a small reception in their honor. But don't worry, there's plenty of space for everyone to stay safe and keep their distance. But before we get too far in tonight's program, I want to go ahead and say a special thank you to our sponsors, some of which you see behind me on the banner. Some of these sponsors are the biggest and the best organizations throughout the area. And there's no question that we share a vision for prosperity for Eastern Kentucky. And with that vision come special opportunities just like tonight, where we get together, where we have the opportunity to come together and share in the achievements of others. So our premier sponsor tonight is Appalachian Wireless. Appalachian Wireless, everyone knows who they are. They probably have a sign hanging at every football field, every gymnasium. They sponsor pretty much everything coming and going, and they invest heavily in the communities they serve. They're a great partner to the community. They're a great partner to the chamber. And we really appreciate them. So now we'll have a brief message from Appalachian Wireless.
If you live and work in the mountains of Appalachia, there's one company that's truly invested here, Appalachian Wireless. Here in the mountains, that means having the best wireless service available. At Appalachian Wireless, keeping people in our communities and businesses happy is a big part of what we do.
They're the backbone of everything that we do as far as connectivity, whether it's broadband, whether it's wireless, and they're right there in the middle of it, helping to grow in everything that we do, internet-wise. Cell phones, broadband connectivity, for your house, for your business, they're right there supporting all of it.
To assure the community infrastructure is on the continuum of economic development, we've dedicated account executives, product specialists, business support representatives, and retail sales teams that invest in the success of our customers. Best of all, our technology and services are delivered by your own neighbors, with dozens of retail and dealer locations close to you, with experts to answer your questions. We know that business drives America. Our jobs, our prosperity, our whole way of life. And more than ever before, successful businesses rely on communication.
This is about the people of the region. And Appalachian Wireless genuinely cares, and they answer the phone every time we call. And we greatly appreciate their work, and we could not be as successful and have made the impact that we've had without their support.
When people think Appalachian, they now think Appalachian Wireless. They think about technology. They think about the future instead of thinking, oh, well, look at the hillbilly side of things. No, it's not that. It is future. It is growth. It is now.
Here in the mountains, one wireless provider offers complete support, cutting-edge technology, and personal service because our business customers deserve nothing less. We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
Thank you again to our friends at Appalachian Wireless. Thanks to Alan and Michael and Darlene and Ashley. They've been longtime supporters of the Chamber, and we really appreciate their support. We also have 5 titanium sponsors for tonight: Community Trust Bank, Mountaintop Media, Pikeville Medical Center, University of Pikeville, and Walters Auto Group. So please help me thank our titanium sponsors. As you all know, these businesses are always coming first to support so many organizations and causes here in the region. We also have our platinum sponsors tonight, 7 platinum sponsors. Above and Beyond Just For You, Appalachian Wireless Arena, Baird & Baird, Truist, BB&T, the City of Pikeville, Gearhart Communications, and Kentucky Power. So just like our premier and titanium sponsors, our platinum sponsors, are the region's most generous and engaged organizations, and are always working to better our communities. So thank you for your support. Thank you for your investment in the Chamber. Now please let me introduce our Chairman of the Board, Mr. Brett King. He's our 2021 Chairman coming up. He's a lifelong resident here in Eastern Kentucky, and I'm sure many of you know him already and have seen him around. He's very involved here in Pikeville. He currently serves as the Market President of Pikeville for Community Trust Bank. He's also very engaged with the Pikeville Family YMCA, and Pikeville Affordable Housing Authority. He's very involved with Pikeville Rotary Club and also in high school athletics, primarily with the Pike County Bowl, which is an event I'm sure many of you are familiar with. So please join me in welcoming Mr. Brett King.
Thanks, Jordan. Thank you, Jordan, for the gracious introduction. It's an honor to chair the Southeast Kentucky Chamber of Commerce. I'd like to thank and express my appreciation to Jordan and the Board of Directors for allowing me to serve in this position for the upcoming year. The past 2 years have been quite a challenge for everyone, as we felt by this time we would be back in person for this event. COVID has changed the world, not only through the interruption of business, but it has changed us as individuals. Even though we'd like to see you, our members, in person, we have to do the right thing and the safe thing and continue to do this event virtually for this year. With that being said, several businesses, organizations, and individuals have stepped up and made quite a difference during these tough times, and we are here tonight to celebrate many of their achievements. The Southeast Kentucky Chamber of Commerce is here to help businesses succeed by promoting the success, profitability of our members through involvement, education, advocacy, and marketing of our region. I'm currently enrolled and serving in the Kentucky Leadership Program, and the one common thing that I've seen in the most successful communities that we have visited is collaboration. If we all continue to work together, we live in a special place with special people, and we can make Southeast Kentucky a much better place to live by providing a lot more opportunity for our citizens. So once again, I thank you for the opportunity, and I look forward to serving for the upcoming year. I'd now like to introduce Jordan Gibson, President and CEO of Southeast Kentucky Chamber. Jordan was born and raised in Eastern Kentucky. He's a two-time graduate of the University of Pikeville and is a tremendous leader for the Chamber who possesses great integrity. In his tenure, he and his staff have positively changed the way the Chamber works to meet the needs of its members, and I've been impressed by the many things that Jordan has done, but perhaps his sound fiscal management is what I am most grateful for, especially the last 2 years, given all the difficulties that we have seen. Thanks to his bright business mind and our membership, the Chamber is strong and viable, and with that, I'd like to introduce and give you Jordan Gibson.
Thank you for that great introduction, Brett. Appreciate it. Now let me give a quick address on the an update for the Chamber. And also to start by saying thank you once again. This is I guess the 5th time I've stood before the membership as the CEO of this great organization. First started in 2017. And while some things have changed since then, some things also remain the same in that time. And one thing obviously that has changed during that time is pretty much the entire world. COVID has changed everything, and these last 19 months are really new for all of us. Personally and professionally, so many things are different for each and every one of us, including us here at the Chamber. But thanks to your strong financial support and for your membership, the Chamber is still strong, and we're still working hard every day to help support our members and to provide value and benefits to each of you. That's not to say things haven't been challenging. Definitely have, and that's no more evident than looking at the staff here at the Chamber. We're no longer the diverse and dynamic team of 4 that we used to be. Unfortunately, we did lose Amber and Josh back in February, but I'm happy to report that they are on their feet. They're thriving in their new roles. Amber's actually here with us tonight. She volunteered to help out, so thank you to her. But she served for 5 years with the Chamber, and under her leadership as membership recruiter, she brought new members in month after month, and she really was the face of the organization for a long time. So thank you to Amber. And also to Josh. Short 2 years he was with us at the Chamber, but he really revolutionized the way that we market and communicate to our members, and he changed our social media presence for the better. So thank you to both of them. We really appreciate everything you did for the Chamber. A little program update. Something that's new. Under the leadership of Laura Dameron, our previous chairwoman, and now the immediate past chair of the organization, she spearheaded a strategic planning initiative for the Chamber. And so many of you gave us your feedback through surveys, through group discussions, and because we wanted to know from you, our members, what is important to you as a member and where you see the most value in the Chamber. And so with the help of Dr. Burton Webb, he volunteered to facilitate that program. And so he combed through pages and pages of survey information, group discussions, written and oral discussions, to really compile a list of the priorities of the Chamber from you, our members. And from that process, we did develop a new mission statement, and we developed 4 pillars of focus for the Chamber. Now our new mission statement is to serve the businesses of southeastern Kentucky through our commitment to networking, advocacy, education, and collaboration as we partner together to enhance the business climate in our region. And those 4 things are our 4 pillars. So we will communicate with our members about networking opportunities, new businesses, advocacy efforts, member benefits, and educational opportunities. We'll foster collaboration by providing regular opportunities for like-minded business leaders to get together and plan together. And we will advocate on your behalf with local, regional, and state officials to adopt pro-business priorities and policies to enhance the quality of life here in Eastern Kentucky. And all at the same time, we'll partner with secondary and post-secondary education institutions to develop financial literacy curriculum. And none of these things are new. We've been doing most of these things for a long time. But we did put in a new framework so that we could better measure our efforts. And in fact, education has been a primary focus of the Chamber for a better part of a decade. And just earlier this year, we awarded another $5,000 through our Excellence in Education grant program, bringing our total investment in public education to more than $65,000. So schools like Dorton Elementary, Mullins Elementary, Shelby Valley High School, and also Harold Whitaker Middle School in Magoffin County can have better opportunities in the classroom. And these grants are funded to the teachers. They have a project to enhance the educational experience in their classroom, and we help to fund those opportunities. So this is open to any public school in the Chamber's 8-county region. So we want to encourage all of you to apply. Those will be coming up again in November. And over the last 12 months, we've also brought in several new members. We've welcomed 48 new members as of today, just 3 in the last 2 days, new members into the Chamber family. And so that's 48 local businesses, many of them startups, first-time entrepreneurs, and they understand the value of the Chamber. They understand our role in the community and our role to advocate for them, especially throughout the pandemic. So thank you to all of our new members. I wish I could go through the list of all 48 of them right now, but we'll have to do that a different day. So thank you again to all of you for supporting me over the last 4 years. Thank you to all of our members and our sponsors for investing in the Chamber over the last 4 years. And thank you to everyone tonight who's watching along with us.
Now, I'd like to introduce the rest of the leadership that sets and guides the direction of the Chamber. These individuals provide their expertise, time, and resources to support the Chamber and our mission. They will serve as your board of directors over the coming year. They are Kathy Allen, Foundation for Appalachian Kentucky; Shane Allen, Kentucky Power; James Ayers, First State Bank; Christy Burchett, U.S. Bank; Matt Day, Citizens Bank of Kentucky; Tim Hatfield, Highlands ARH; Whitney Hogg, Double Quick; Michael Huffman, Appalachian Wireless, Samantha Johnson, Prestonsburg Tourism, Kansas Justice, Pikeville Medical Center, Casey LaQuire, People's Bank and Insurance, Susan Lockhart, Above and Beyond Just for You, Peyton May, BitSource and Lincoln Road Roastery, Daryl Maynard, Eastern Telephone and Technologies, Heather McPeak, Dreamhouse Furnishings and Southern Bliss, Waylon Nelson, Anthem Medicaid, Karen Roberts Prater, Centerra Corporation, Robin Simpson Smith, Attorney at Law, Chotty Thompson, Gearhart Communications, Jimmy Wilson, East Kentucky Concentrated Employment Program. I would also like to recognize our ex officio board members, President and CEO Jordan Gibson, immediate past chair Laura Dameron, University of Pikeville, Treasurer of the Chamber Lynette Schindler CPA, President of One East Kentucky Chuck Sexton, President of University of Pikeville Dr. Burton Webb, President of Big Sandy Community and Technical College Dr. Sherry Zilka. So let's give our board a round of applause and appreciation. At this time, we'll do our additional sponsor recognition, our GOAT sponsors. They include Appalachian Hospice Care and Home Care Health Services, Big Sandy Community and Technical College, Food City, Lynette Schindler CPA, and U.S. Bank. So we're really appreciative of the GOAT sponsors for their contribution to this event. The silver sponsors include the Breaks Interstate Park, Citizens Wealth Management, Double Quick, Eastern Telephone and Technologies, Elliott Supply and Glass, First State Bank, Jigsaw Enterprises, People's Bank, Red Brown and Williams Real Estate Services, Centerra Corporation, the Benefits Firm, and Unisign Corporation. So we'd like to express our thanks to the silver sponsors. The bronze sponsors include American Red Cross, the Eastern Kentucky Chapter, Baker Direct Medical Care, Bear Share, and Hatfield McCoy Heating and Cooling. Thank you to all 34 generous sponsors for your continued support of the Chamber and for partnering with us to help serve our mission. Now it's time for the award ceremony to begin. And it's time to recognize the people who have accomplished some amazing things this year. Tonight we'll be honoring businesses and individuals from our communities who have made extraordinary accomplishments for the betterment of our region. The granting of awards and recognition is one way the Chamber recognizes those individuals, businesses, and organizations that have brought growth, success, and community service to Southeast Kentucky. I do want to note our process. Nominations are accepted from our membership and the public for each award. However, to be eligible to receive an award, you must be a member of the Southeast Kentucky Chamber of Commerce. The video interviews we have produced over the last few years for our award winners have been really special and enjoyable, and they are a great way to preserve the accomplishments of our honorees and to recognize the work and dedication. There is so much history and wisdom in their words that it cannot be included. Each video itself could be at least an hour. So regrettably, for the sake of time, we do have a time limit on their length. But without further ado, we will officially begin our award ceremony.
So we do have a little change in the order of the program tonight. So we're going to get a little bit out of order. I'm over here trying to flag Brett down inside of his vision. But our first award tonight is going to be the Award for Outstanding Contribution by an Organization or Business. The Award for Outstanding Contribution by an Organization or Business is given to an organization or business who makes a difference in the lives of Southeast Kentuckians. For their tireless work organizing blood drives throughout the pandemic, feeding thousands of meals, providing shelters to those displaced during the recent flooding across East Kentucky, and for always being there to help after a house fire. In a year that has seemed to be disaster after disaster, they stood firm to assist our citizens. The award for outstanding contribution by an organization goes to the American Red Cross, Eastern Kentucky Chapter.
The American Red Cross is so honored to receive this recognition from the Chamber. It helps to highlight the work being done when we are recognized in front of the community that we serve. I think working with the volunteers is probably the most rewarding experience for me. It really is amazing how that we partner, with the community, and seeing those volunteers partner with the community and work hand in hand to be able to support the mission and deliver the mission. We would really appreciate the help from the community to be able to continuously seek volunteers through the community, communities that they actually are a part of, so that they already know the people in the community, they're already familiar with the community, and it really helps to be able to recruit from the area that they're already going to serve in. We also want people to want to deploy. So if that's something that a person would like to do, that we would love to have them volunteer and join our workforce. We want them to go to visit redcross.org /volunteer if they'd like to become a volunteer. We partner closely with local organizations, corporations, individuals, to be able to deliver the services that we offer, which is emergency food, shelter, and also mental health and health services. And then after a disaster, we also stay in the communities, sometimes for months. We actually, the biggest thing that we do every day is after a home fire, we help those people get back on their feet. And home fires are our #1 disaster in Eastern Kentucky. So we actually have one a day. I mean, and people are stunned when I say that, but we really do. We honestly have one a day. And for Kentucky floods, we partnered with the Southern Baptist to be able to feed 3,000 meals a day, in the Breathitt County area especially. So that is mostly what we do in the community. When floods happen, we have to be sure that we have those partners already set in place to be able to feed and shelter. We're always looking for volunteers. We always want people to visit our website so that they can learn more about volunteering. And of course, we couldn't do it without the generosity of the donors. Thank you for recognizing the American Red Cross for our outstanding contribution.
The award for Small Business of the Year honors a business with 20 or fewer employees that has demonstrated a strong community presence and noteworthy operational success, setting an example for local entrepreneurship. As a multifunctional business that operates a 4,000 square foot music showroom in East Kentucky and has leveraged the power of the internet and e-commerce to expand their guitar empire and drive the sales all across the country. The award for Small Business of the Year goes to Mountain Music Exchange.
Hey, this is Mountain Music Exchange. We buy and sell guitars. We love guitars, and we do it here in Pikeville, but we also do it online through e-commerce and ship them all over the country.
We grew up wanting to play guitars, loving guitars, playing in bands, and it just kind of goes hand in hand with just putting those guitars in other people's hands and watching them get to play and watching them experience the same thing that we get to experience. And we can spread that little piece of rock and roll that's different from most normal life, and you get to take that, and it's just a special thing to get to have that also. We all got mundane lives, but there's a little rock and roll in everybody. You gotta have 3 things to start a business. I think you gotta have consistency. You gotta get up every day and go for it. even when it don't feel like you're supposed to go for it, every day get up and put 110%. Second thing, I think you gotta have the team. You build the team. At Mount Music, we have the best team, and if you don't put that together, then you might as well not start. You gotta have the players, you gotta have the team. You can't play ball without the right team. The third thing is being able to evolve. Like when we started, we were selling in the store, and then we started selling online. You know, our world's changing, COVID changed the world, so we had to adapt as fast. And I think in any business, you have to be able to adapt quick, and with the right team, that helps.
We started the store about 9 years ago, and we started in a small building that I was lucky enough to own, and we just crammed everything in there, and it didn't look like a store, and the building didn't look right, but we pushed through. And I'd say one of the proudest moments for me is when we outgrew that building and we realized this is going to work, and we were lucky enough to find another space that was over 6,000 square feet just down the road, and be able to take all that gear and to take our goals and our dreams and to put it in this new building. And that first day, that was one of the proudest moments for me in the store.
So many times the people that receive these awards aren't working for an award, right? Like, I mean, Kevin, who runs the store every day, is just nose down, grinding, getting things done every day. And so it's nice to kind of realize that you know, we got a heart in what we're doing. We love music and we build community around it. We also care about Pike. We want to care about our employees and the team and creating jobs and that side of it. So to realize that many times we feel like we're kind of alone in that world. We're just the three of us and this team doing it. And to be recognized for some impact and difference we made is definitely an honor.
Thank you for selecting Mountain Music Exchange for Small Business of the Year.
The award for Service Organization of the Year is given to a nonprofit organization that has shown great support to the citizens and families of Eastern Kentucky. The organization must strongly impact the region and serve its people. Their mission is to inspire and empower less fortunate children and communities by providing opportunities, encouragement, and support. From providing plants for STEAM camps, fishing rods for kids, art supplies for creative workshops, and buckets to teach percussion. And most recently for serving as the hands of recovery in the aftermath of flooding in Floyd and Johnson counties, this foundation has been the vessel that allowed many groups to receive financial assistance. The award for Service Organization of the Year goes to the Cant Rose Foundation.
The Cant Rose Foundation was organized soon after my husband passed. He was the coordinator of one of the largest arm drop drag racing events of its time, and he was very successful because he focused on kids and families, and that focus remained his goal. In 2016, he was diagnosed with lung cancer, and he realized he was not going to be able to continue his mission. And at that time, he went into overdrive, giving us instructions on ways to set up events for charity. That was his passion. So soon after he passed, we organized the Cant Rose Foundation. We do what we do at the Cant Rose Foundation. For me personally, there was a time in life that I came to the realization that no one was coming to save us. It was up to us to do. And with that realization, there comes a huge responsibility, or a huge sense of responsibility. And you look at things differently, and you start thinking, how can I make a difference? And all the years that I supported Kent and saw what he did by traveling these back roads and hollers to engage and encourage kids and make them feel part of something big, I could see that it was possible for one man or one human to make a difference. So Kent inspires all of our endeavors. It's really hard to express what this award means. When you feel that huge responsibility, and most nights you go to sleep feeling like there's so much work to do, and you're not able to do it all, and what you're doing may not be good enough. This award is validation of our work. It is that deep breath you take before you reboot and carry on, And the fact that we're being recognized by our very own people from our very own region, it makes it even more special. And we humbly and graciously accept it. I think something that's very unique about our foundation is the fact that we have the freedom to, and we're uniquely positioned to pivot where we're needed most. And so wherever the need arises, we're able to create a program or go to that need. And I think that is another thing that's very rewarding about working with the Kent Rose Foundation. One of the first things we did after establishing the Kent Rose Foundation was to start a scholarship, an auto tech scholarship at Big Sandy Community and Technical College. With that scholarship, we offer it annually, and along with that, we do mentoring and job placement for the recipient. The Kent Rose Foundation offers and hosts art and music events in housing projects or anywhere kids live. And we take painters and instructors in and offer music, and sometimes we even do gardening in housing projects, any way to inspire and encourage kids. Another thing we do is we have a program called the 1226 program, and through this program we provide daily necessities to teens in the region, and we do that through local resource centers and anybody that services teens. Thank you for selecting the Kent Rose Foundation as the Service Organization of the Year.
The honor of Citizen of the Year is given to a person who has consistently demonstrated excellence in professionalism and community leadership and has given freely of their time and energy for the betterment of the community and contributing to the positive growth and stability of our area. In her professional role, she has served as a critical resource for the region amidst the COVID-19 pandemic. She has worked to promote public health and to educate the community. Not only has she kept us informed, but she has collaborated and advised the business community to help keep our businesses open without complaint. Our Citizen of the Year goes to Tammy Riley, the Director of Public Health for Pike County, Kentucky.
Obviously, it's very humbling. In all likelihood, many of the individuals who supported this recognition were the very ones who have mentored and helped develop me professionally over the years. I would like for the community to know that when they hurt, I hurt. When the community is anxious, I feel their anxiety. When they're grieving, I grieve with them. But also, when the community has successes, I'm behind the scenes, the biggest cheerleader, cheering them on. In addition to serving as Public Health Director, I'm also actively involved in the Big Sandy Diabetes Coalition, the East Kentucky Communicable Disease Network, Unite Pike. I'm also actively involved in harm reduction endeavors in the community to assist those suffering from substance abuse disorder. I'm also an avid runner, and I participate in many local running events. I've always tried to lead by example. As a former educational administrator, I expected students to participate in service learning projects. They gained valuable experience while serving their patient demographic. There's a time to learn through lecture, and there's also a time to learn through action. As Public Health Director, I consider myself a public servant, and I hope that I'm remembered as a public servant who cared deeply about the community and made an impact. For many years, I've been actively involved in the Southeast Kentucky Chamber, as you well know. And I took this role as Public Health Director, never knowing that a global pandemic was going to hit and the impact that was going to have on the economy and the business community. And I have hurt along with the business community to see the impact that the pandemic has had. And I hope that the community sees public health as a resource to allow them to keep a healthy workforce so that they can stay in business and keep their doors open, and that they see us as that resource. Maybe painful is not the right word, but definitely difficult to come from an environment where I was so active with the chamber and the business community, and then take this role and have a pandemic hit that impacted the economy and the business community, so horrifically. And I want the community to see public health and myself as public health director as a resource to keep themselves healthy and keep their doors open. Thank you. I'm forever grateful and humble. Thank you for selecting me for Citizen of the Year.
Award. The Southeast Kentucky Chamber Ambassadors are the goodwill arm of the Chamber. They commit hours of their time assisting ribbon cuttings, attending Chamber events, and reaching out to new members, making sure they feel connected to the Chamber and to our network of members. Ambassadors also promote retention by welcoming new members and making goodwill calls on behalf of the Chamber. The honor is awarded to the person who accumulates the most ambassador points throughout the year, and is a way of saying thank you for always being available to help. For the third consecutive year, the award for Ambassador of the Year goes to Allison Powers of Powers Properties.
My name is Allison Powers, and I am the City Commissioner for the City of Pikeville, Kentucky. Well, I was born and raised in Pikeville, Kentucky. I attended Pikeville High School, then went to University of Kentucky. I am a City Commissioner, honored to be City Commissioner at Pikeville for the last 3 years. And I have 4 wonderful children, and my husband also is a graduate alumni from Pikeville High School. Also a small business owner in town. I have Powers Properties. So I love Pikeville. I love all things Pikeville. I'm very supportive of our local businesses. Well, Powers Properties is a small, very small business, but it's a rental property business. And it's something that we started a couple years ago and hoping to expand on it in the future. And with the support of the Chamber, that will help us achieve our goals for our business. Well, one of the things I love about being a Chamber Ambassador is I love to talk to people. I love to communicate with people. I love to be out talking to people. Even during COVID, it's been more difficult, but there's emails, there's phone calls, there's social media. And I feel it's really important as a City Commissioner, as just a person that lives here, as an ambassador for the Chamber of Commerce, that we prioritize our businesses in town in the city of Pikeville. And I personally think, and a lot of us at the Chamber, we do reach out to those businesses and say, hey, welcome, number one, and how can we help you and what can we do? Well, one of the very first points of contact is when there's a new member at the Chamber, and we get emails saying, oh, here's a list of our new members, reach out to them. And I reach out to every single new member if possible. Sometimes they may not have an email, so I look them up on social media. Sometimes they may not have social media, so I track down a landline number. So I try to find some way to reach out to them, and almost always they will message back and say, hey, thank you for reaching out. Thank you for introducing yourself. Thank you for saying hi. Because I remember when I first joined the Chamber, somebody reached out to me, and that person was Frank Dahlhair. He was one of the first people that reached out to me via email, and he just said, hey, thank you for joining. We're glad to have you. Welcome, and what can we do for you? I have a lot of memorable experiences over the last several years. I'll mention the most recent one. I was at a ribbon cutting, and I love to go to ribbon cuttings. I think it's a great way to show support to the business and just to be there and show and to represent the Chamber and to represent our city. So I was at a ribbon cutting. It was actually for Buff City, and if you haven't been there yet, you should go. It's amazing. But I was fortunate enough to meet the manager of the Buff City Pikeville location, and the first thing she said was, she said, I'm not from Pikeville and moving here, and I've opened up other businesses in different areas, and this has been an amazing welcome from Pikeville. She said it's been outstanding. The number of people that have reached out to me and said, hey, welcome, we're glad you're here, and it just made me feel so proud that she said that about Pikeville and the people that are here, because I strive to do that for our city and for our area, and to really be an ambassador in every way. And I would also like to thank the Chamber of Commerce, including Jordan and everybody that's there and all the businesses that are in it. Thank you for honoring me by choosing me, selecting me as the Chamber Ambassador of the Year.
The award for Business Person of the Year is given to an individual or business partners who have demonstrated achievement in ownership or management of a business, or who have made significant contributions to the business environment in Eastern Kentucky. The recipient has demonstrated leadership in bringing about business growth and has an outstanding reputation and demonstrated the love for the region. Under his leadership, he has taken one of the region's largest employers from deficit to profit and has found ways to add specialties and medical staff. And over the last 16 months, he has opened Eastern Kentucky's only children's hospital and dedicated autism center. The award for Business Person of the Year goes to Donovan Blackburn.
I was born in Chicago. My father was from Pikeville, Kentucky. My mother was from West Virginia. And my father, like a lot of other folks in that era, left the hills of Eastern Kentucky to seek employment, where he met my mother. And so I was born in Chicago until the 4th grade. And my father decided that he wanted to come back home to the mountains where his family was. Well, as the president and CEO of the hospital, it's really twofold. One, we're now the largest employer in Eastern Kentucky, so there's an economic component to it as well. And when you look at healthcare, we represent over 20% of the total market share in sense of business. Pike County, we represent about 27% of the total wages. And in the city of Pikeville, we represent about 50% of their total tax base. So from an economic perspective, PMC leaves a large footprint throughout the entire region. On top of it, we employ, with 3,000 employees, representing over 34 counties in Kentucky, and also we have employees in other parts of the state of West Virginia and Virginia. But as president and CEO, my responsibility is weighted because I've got, I'm blessed to have 3,000 amazing healthcare providers that are very passionate about what they do. But leading this organization, the vision and making smart investments, not only has a tremendous impact on the care that we provide in this region, but also what type of care and how far-reaching that care goes. So, things like investing recently in pediatric care. PMC has been great investing in things like oncology and cancer care and heart and vascular and a lot of subsidies or subcategories that we offer services in. But we've been able to expand past that as well. And what that does is two things. It keeps people at home, enabling them to have the health care that they desire. But it also creates jobs along the way as well. So it serves twofold. So I've been blessed to be in this position, and I've enjoyed every single moment of it. Okay, what motivates me to continue to be involved in the business community here in Eastern Kentucky is real simple. It's the people. Growing up in this region and realizing the potential and the opportunity. We have some of the hardest working people in the U.S. I've been in a lot of places. I've been very blessed in my career to serve a lot of parts of not just Kentucky, but outside of the Kentucky and without the region. And the people and the resources here are phenomenal. We have abundant natural resources on top of people who have great transferable skills. What does it mean to receive an award like this? It's very humbling. I would like to take the full recognition on myself, but that's not the reality. The reality is that I have 3,000 ambassadors in healthcare that every day come to work and put our uniform on, and they do the very best that they can to offer the care that our patients deserve. I want to thank you for selecting me as a Business Person of the Year.
The award for Business of the Year is given to a business or businesses who have exemplified economic growth and expansion and improvement in the quality of life in our region, as well as being an active and engaged community partner. For the countless hours and sleepless nights to care for, educate, and protect our citizens from COVID-19, for their trend-setting approach to vaccination delivery, and for pushing Eastern Kentucky to some of the highest vaccination rates in the state from the beginning. And for the partnership, cooperation, and leadership these two pillars of health care industry have shown throughout the pandemic and to the people of our region. The award for Co-Businesses of the Year go to Appalachian Regional Healthcare and Pikeville Medical Center.
Well, Highlands ARH for many years was a freestanding hospital from 1974 until 2019 when ARH purchased the facility in August of 2019. And the addition of Highlands ARH to the ARH mix gave us a complement of 13 hospitals. Today we have a 194-bed facility here at Highlands ARH. Highlands is the centerpiece of ARH. We're located right in the center. So it gives us a really great footprint in Eastern Kentucky. I think when we're thinking about the community, we're thinking about growing the community. community and growing the next generation, not just of healthcare workers and leaders, but of leaders. And, you know, working with the school system, working with One East Kentucky, and working with a lot of our partners, our intent is to bring in the next generation of leaders into our communities. I've said this many a times, we continue sometimes to focus on what's going to happen next. We wait for someone else, or we wait for another agency or government of some sort to come in and make a difference. We are the leaders of Eastern Kentucky. We know what our issues are, and for the most part, we know what our solutions are. So as we build those partnerships and we can get that state or federal funding, then we can really grow the next generation of leaders in Eastern Kentucky, which is really important because we want to make sure that we're educating our kids that there are opportunities in Kentucky, especially Eastern Kentucky.
It's really difficult to pick one moment, but over the last year, we've watched our staff and our providers come into work every day under some of the most difficult conditions that you can imagine. And, you know, they've persevered through those challenges to be there for the community, to make sure that their friends and neighbors are receiving the highest quality health care that we can provide. During the pandemic, ARH and PMC, we've worked very well together. There's been a lot of information that we've shared, and I think one of the most important things is we've both sent consistent messages to the populations that we serve, to the communities that we're in, about how to address this virus, how to stay safe during this virus.
Thank you for choosing ARH as
Co-Business of the Year.
In the sense of keeping the community engaged and informed as it comes to COVID-19, and then how we implemented our processes to address those concerns. You know, look, I've been in healthcare now for a little over 4 years, and in that time, we've grown exponentially, and we really have made some really smart investments. And on top of that, 2 years into this, we ended up in a once in a lifetime pandemic. But what I can say to that is that, you know, we're very blessed. We're blessed to have not only this type of facility outside of the role that I serve, but knowing this facility is here in Eastern Kentucky. Because as a regional provider, we take care of more than just Pikeville and Pike County. We take care of all the counties that the Chamber is involved in, and we take care of some other counties in our adjacent states as well. I have played the role here as the CEO of being very transparent to the public and making sure that the information that we have gets out in a very fair but very transparent way. So we share data. You know, we early on when COVID first started and the governor was doing his addresses, Pikeville Medical Center was part of his addresses multiple times because we felt it important to get information out to the state, not just to the region, to the state, because truly we are in this together. You know, one thing that's happened with COVID is it's brought the healthcare community closer together. So we rely upon one another. And though, you know, ARH and I, we're competitors, we're also friends. You know, as a regional facility, we get a tremendous amount of transfer business that comes out of the hospitals, the various hospitals in the ARH network. But also Holly, their CEO, I've got a great relationship with. Tim, who is over at Highland, I'm in contact with him frequently, talking about what our numbers are and how we need to work together. We're in this together, we really are, and we have to utilize all the resources that we have for the betterment of our region. I want to thank you for selecting Pikeville Medical Center as the Co-Business of the Year.
The award for East Kentucky Ambassador. The honor of East Kentucky Ambassador has been awarded since 1991 in recognition of the late Junior Williamson. Many remember Junior as a true ambassador for the region, raising positive awareness of the area beyond our borders. This recognition is awarded to a person who embodies the role of an ambassador for Eastern Kentucky, throughout the region and the Commonwealth. As an entrepreneur, a speaker, and local historian, this person has traveled the country to promote the abilities and resilience of our region and our people. They have worked to ensure the misunderstandings and stereotypes of our region are corrected and that our people are better respected. The award for the Junior Williamson East Kentucky Ambassador goes to Rusty Justice.
My name is Rusty Justice, and I am the managing member of Jigsaw Enterprises. and a co-founder of BitSource. I am a lifelong resident of the Big Sandy River, other than when I was away for college. I've always lived in Pike or Floyd County, live in Pikeville now, and with my wife Linda, and we have one daughter, Evelyn. What I do to promote Eastern Kentucky is really I just go anywhere anyone asks me and I talk about it. I always start most of my talks with I'm Rusty Justice and I am an unapologetic hillbilly. So I'm very proud of that culture, our culture, proud of being from here, proud of our place, and love our people. Well, to receive the Junior Williamson Ambassador Award means a great deal to me. I knew Junior, and Junior was a good example of a servant leader. You know, Junior had physical challenges. He never let that bother him. He always was outgoing. He also went everywhere he could and always represented us very well. So to receive this award in his memory is a great honor. My faith teaches me that to love my neighbor. And to love my neighbor simply means to will the good of the other. And so when I do anything that's good, that's where it comes from. Not from me, but from its gifts from the Lord. I think that this place is very misunderstood, both internally and externally. It's been very misrepresented in media for generations. I think that has had an acidic effect on us ourselves and how we view ourselves. I think it's really important that we articulate and represent to the world the best of ourselves. I think it's important that we have high expectations of our place, our people, and what we can do. This motivates me to try to represent wherever I go this place. Well, I've played a small role in starting a tech sector here. It's been really rewarding and challenging to work alongside Lynn, Peyton, and all the other developers here at BitSource and kind of lead the way in Central Appalachia and doing a lot of innovative things here, and really proud to just be a small part of that. Don't apologize. We can all be better ambassadors by not apologizing. Our culture is unique and distinct and special, and we should own it, and we should represent it, and we should be the best versions of ourselves. We should encourage each other to do so, and then we should go forth and let people see the best of us. I'd like to thank you for selecting me to be the Junior Williamson Eastern Kentucky Ambassador. I really appreciate it.
The Lon B. and Mary Evelyn Rogers Lifetime Achievement Award is given to an Eastern Kentuckian who has spent years of their life striving to make the region a better place, someone who has had a strong love for the people and has made a significant impact creating change and progress throughout our region. Tonight, we recognize two individuals for their achievements. First, this person has led their company to be one of the largest in the state. Along the way, she has tried to build up and strengthen communities and throughout the region that we serve. She has been instrumental in fostering small business growth in Southeast Kentucky through service to organizations focused on finance and banking, economic development, and education. The first award for Lon B. and Mary Evelyn Rogers Lifetime Achievement Award goes to the President, the Chairman, and CEO of Community Trust Bancorp, and my mentor, Gene Hell.
I'm currently Chairman and CEO of Community Trust Bancorp. I also have an opportunity to serve the communities and the state through my volunteer work. I have a focus on education and economic development. I had an opportunity one time to give a speech regarding education and economic development. At that time, I shared with them my thoughts. It's the proverbial chicken and the egg. You need an educated workforce to attract business, but you need business opportunities and jobs to be able to motivate individuals to become educated. I would like to thank the Chamber for the honor of receiving the Lon and Mary Evelyn Rogers Award. As a young person, I watched Lon and Mary Evelyn and other leaders within the community give through their work and their service to make our community better. The biggest driving force behind my work has been the opportunity to play a part in creating jobs for individuals. Those jobs change people's lives. They provide a good opportunity for them to fulfill their dreams for the future. And currently, I have been a part of Community Trust for 52 years. And as such, we've reached the point where we're employing almost 1,000 people. So we're touching 1,000 lives. In addition to that, we also provide the services that allow individuals to fulfill their dreams through loans to small business, loans for mortgages for their homes, and other services so they can have their dreams fulfilled. When I think about the accomplishments that I'm most proud of, the first thing that comes to my mind is my son, Michael. He has not only attained adulthood as a successful business person, but he has also a good Christian father, raising my granddaughters, Rachel and Claire, with the same values that he was raised with. The second accomplishment, of course, is the growth of the company and the fact that we can employ a large number of people and make a difference in their lives. We've accomplished a lot within the region when it comes to cooperative work. I have seen significant changes over the past few years in the cooperation between counties and cities, but it's not as far as it needs to go for us to become strong enough to be a moving force for change within our region. For the future of Eastern Kentucky, I hope that we continue to grow in our cooperation and working as a region so that we can create the jobs that are necessary to retain the young people in the communities. Those young people are our future leaders. Thank you for selecting me for this year's Lombe and Evelyn Rogers Lifetime Achievement Award.
And now for the final award of the evening and tonight's second individual to be recognized for their lifetime achievements. For her life's work, which was spurred on by personal experience with poverty and inequality, she worked tirelessly to provide for those in need of water, food, clothing, transportation, and most importantly, access to health care. She did not seek the spotlight, but she did not shy away from it either, as local leaders and national politicians sought out her advice because they knew that she was a woman of strong character. As a self-styled hillbilly activist, the second award for the Lombe and Mary Evelyn Rogers Lifetime Achievement goes to Miss Eula Hall, posthumously.
Well, there's so much I could say about Eula Hall. Eula was a remarkable lady. I had the opportunity to work with her for over 20 years. She was an impressive lady with a keen intellect. She was passionate about health care and particularly about bringing services to the underserved. Eula had received many awards. Eula had received actually, I think, 3 honorary doctorates. Of course, Highway 979 was named in her honor. She received the Wonder Woman Award. So she was just a remarkable lady, but I think this is a very special award for Eula. Well, the history that, as Eula told me, and it has been written that Eula grew up in poverty in Pike County. She grew up in an area where there was no health care or very little health care available. She saw a lot of suffering, and she was deeply passionate about bringing health care to the underserved in particular. So I think that was the driving force. I think she carried the weight of her history, of her childhood, and she was very passionate about bringing health care particularly to the underserved. I think there's no doubt that getting the Mud Creek Clinic started was her major accomplishment and the thing that she was the proudest of. I think it was a difficult task. Eula, I think, almost single-handedly got the Mud Creek Clinic started, And of course, the history shows that a few years after the clinic was started, it was burned, apparent arson, and but that didn't stop Eula. She and her colleagues rallied, and in a short period of time, they had built the current Eula Hall Health Center. I think there's no question that she would want to be remembered for bringing health care to some of those who needed it the most. And not only health care, but Eula was instrumental in getting a municipal water system in the Mud Creek area. She operated a food pantry. But I think, her service to the underserved residents of the area is what she was proudest of and what she would want to be remembered for. Well, Eula was a remarkable lady. She was highly intelligent, even though she had very limited formal education. There's differing accounts of 5th grade education or an 8th grade education. She was a highly intelligent woman. She had a keen memory, and she was well liked by so many people. And her interest in helping people, helping the underserved, was the overriding force that drove Eula. So she was just a remarkable lady. Thank you for selecting Eula for the Lifetime Achievement Award. There's no other person more deserving.
So since 1989, the Chamber has recognized nearly 250 businesses, organizations, and individuals and leaders across our region for their impact. We're so blessed to live in a place with such wonderful people who have made a commitment to our region and Eastern Kentucky. Southeast Kentucky Chamber is proud to honor each of you for all of your outstanding work. Congratulations once again to all of tonight's honorees. You deserve all the recognition we can give you and more. You're all truly stars here in Eastern Kentucky. We're happy that we could share the red carpet with you tonight. So please join me in giving everyone a round of applause.
We hope that you all enjoyed tonight's live stream. Thank you once again to our top sponsors, Appalachian Wireless, Community Trust Bank, Mountaintop Media, Pikeville Medical Center, the University of Pikeville, and the Walters Auto Group. Thank you to all our wonderful sponsors for your support of the Southeast Kentucky Chamber. And a special shout out to Dalton at BearShare for your work on this year's videos. They look great, and also a thank you to Mountaintop Media for streaming tonight's event. You did a wonderful job. Thank you to everyone, and good night.